What's going on, guys? I don't have much time tonight. I know typically they're 15 minutes long, so I'm so sorry that it's not going to have all that information in there. We all know what this is. This is just me going to go through my thoughts. I've got a little bit of a reflection period. I've gotten the chance to be around some incredible people, and I love listening to their message and getting the chance to actually internalize the message and the information. It's something I've been longing for, is to be able to connect on a level and talk about life in a way that we're supposed to. Real, authentic, deep examples, sharing the emotion and the fear and all the stuff that we're supposed to talk about. It's what is real. But we oftentimes cover up with a facade of who we think we are and who we should be. And that's who the people are going to like, right? Is this fake image that we've created of ourselves. I'm super cool. I'm super dope. You're going to super like me. Super friends. When really we're all just people. And when we get hit with that individual that we're talking to that's actually there and it's real. One of my really good friends was sharing stories today, and they finally told their whole story to me and like where they're from and what they did and why they did it. And they kept shortchanging the story. They kept saying individual, like taking shortcuts. I'll talk for 10 hours to one person in a parking lot. I've done it before. And I guess maybe not everybody wants that. But to me, tell your story. Use all the small parts. I don't know what I'm going to learn from you in a selfish way, but also I enjoyed listening. I enjoyed creating the mental imagery that goes along with your story and the feelings that you've had. So don't ever shortchange yourself or your story or where you come from. That's important. Share it. Until the light goes off. Probably need to turn the truck on or something. I got told not to drive and do it. Share your story. It's important. You don't know who you're going to connect to. You don't know what lives you're going to change or who you're going to affect. And you're not putting, like, the energy you have today cannot be carried over till tomorrow. By going to bed early and getting up tomorrow, you don't get any extra from today over. You just get that rest for tomorrow. So there is no, I'm just going to keep the door open. But is it too loud? You can't tell me now. You'll tell me another time. But you don't get to take the energy from today to tomorrow. It's not a thing. You can't save it up and you can't take today's time either. So spend a little bit of that time with somebody and give that energy. You have no idea what you're going to get in return. Just the emotions, the dopamine release, it means a lot to me, and I might be wired completely different than anybody else. I hope not. And my anecdotal experience shows that's not the case. Treat somebody the way I'm talking and watch them light up. Send your wife a text message tomorrow in the middle of the day, complimenting 2 or 3 things that she's done around the house. Don't say she has a nice ass. I'm saying, hey, thank you for cleaning up last night. Thank you for doing my laundry. I was thinking today how, I never have to do that. And that really takes a lot of time out of your day, but it makes my day a lot more efficient, allows me to go to work in a good mood, whatever. Do it and see what happens. Be authentic and real about it. Don't be full of shit, but make that decision to actually step out of your comfort zone and say something you wouldn't normally say. And I guarantee you'll feel better than they do, because the response you'll get will be larger than what you thought. Now, if you're full of shit, it'll 100% be a response of sarcasm, but be authentic. Try it and see. I was going to recap what we talked about. Just fear, all the normal stuff. So my summary was ask what if. It has to do with reasons why we lose. And my summary was ask what if in both directions. Have faith. Don't accept mediocrity. I can't spell. Pay the full price, change what needs changed, and stay the course with energy and enthusiasm. And change rooms. That was my little summary. I don't know how much more time I have on here. I have to clean my memory on my camera, so I don't want to miss anything. So that's my summary. Focus on what if in the positive direction. And when I say really focus on that, I mean draw it out. What does the successful higher end version that you're looking for actually have in it? I want to know the people. I want to know the energy. I want to know if it's cars and if it's a house, if it's if it's that stuff, if it's a relationship with your kids, if it's a relationship with your parents, if it's how your friend group looks, if it's how you network, if it's the job that you have, you've always been told to actually visualize it. And I hate to just sit here and say visualize it and let it pass over. I'm trying to add the emphasis in my perspective of the past decade of when I was successful in small micro amounts, in my opinion, and then the times that I missed the ball entirely. Knowing what the future looks like gives you that energy to pull yourself or push yourself in those moments where the actual gift or reward isn't enough. So money's not going to be the thing that wakes you up every morning. Now, losing all your shit, having your self-identity tied up in all of your possessions, yeah, then money's going to make you get up in the morning, but that's not because you love the $100 bill. That's because your entire identity is wrapped up in it, which is not the worst thing in the world. We can argue, but depending on how you're wired, that might be the satisfaction, the drive. That there's so much more into that if we dive into it. So I don't want to demean money at all. I really don't. I just know that the significance portion and what you get from having the money is what people truly desire. And you can build that model in a way that actually stands as a tall building that can't be torn down if you do it not focus on money, if you focus on the core roots of all of the driving factors. That's what this whole thing is about. I haven't even gotten into me being good at it yet, but that's where I'm coming from. This isn't go to the gym and do bicep curls and chill out with girls in bikinis. That's not what this is. This isn't go make a bunch of money and drive Ferraris. This is you finding the best version of you, overcoming fear, growing out of the circle that you've created that encloses you, and loving the life you live so you can love others, so we can have free-flowing information. We can let people chase their passions because we don't have expectations of them, and watch what happens because we operate at 50%, and you know that's the truth. Look at everything you do in your job and in your life and tell me you are operating at, I'm not supposed to say what I was going to say. Tell me you're operating at 100% effort all the time. You're not. It's not normal. Imagine if we're all passionate about different things. I'm passionate about helping people. So instead of chasing money for the past decade or chasing football and all the other stuff, if I'd have just chased the feelings that I can inspire in others, imagine how much better I would be, how many more people I can reach, and how much more we could get out of them. So I would be so much better helping so many more people, sharing my perspective with a lot more individuals and allowing them to grow and do the same thing. It's the same thing with art. It's the same thing with science. There's plenty of people who went to law school over being a scientist because they wanted the money and the lifestyle to go with it. But if they're going to be a 60% lawyer versus 110%, it's possible, 100% scientist, imagine what they could have discovered, what kind of cures they could have come up with, what kind of systems, if it was an engineer and they chose finance over that. We've got to change the narrative. We've got to find that passion and that love and that desire for the bigger purpose, because we have so many issues going on in society, issues, problems, they're challenges, they're opportunities. That's what they are. Yeah, those opportunities are people suffering. That's serious. It's real. This isn't statistics. This is 8th graders in cities that I've been to that can't read, cannot read a book, who are going home to parents who are taking the gifts that they were being given at these mentor. I'm not even gonna get into it. Just, there's a lot of suffering in the world right now, and I know the cause and I know the solution, and it's you, the person who's listening to this, the person I'm talking to in the future. I can't do all the math. I can't write all the stuff out, but I know for a damn fact that I can talk to you in a way and connect to you in a way that hopefully moves that needle just a little bit further. I'm not at the point yet that I want to be. I know I'm going to get there, because the significance in that person's life and the change and impact I believe that individual can have on the world, yes, it comes from a movement on the needle by me, but it's not me. It's so much bigger than me. And that's what I want from you, is I want you to find what's your thing. If it's being a parent, it's being a parent. If it's being a teacher, it's being a teacher. If it's art, if it's dog training, I'm telling you, the list goes on and on. And I believe if we're kicking everything up 40%, man, imagine more. So the world's probably running at 70%, meaning like if we just fixed 30 more percent of problems, we would be, in utopia. We do a pretty decent job. Even if it's 51%, we're all running at 40 and 50%, then we've got a whole lot of great room for improvement. Imagine the world we could live in if everybody was operating at a high level. That's incredible to me. What does that look like?